firms, questions are asked to gauge your knowledge in this specific field. It's important to know what kinds of questions to expect so you can prepare for your interview and leave a lasting impression by increasing your chances of getting a job offer. In today's video, I will be looking at some important options that may be asked at law firm interviews and will explore some interview tips. Welcome back. I am Sabal Nissa and thank you for joining me on this video today. Some of the general questions that may be asked are: tell me about yourself. What made you pursue a career in the legal field? What are your biggest strengths and weaknesses? How do you handle feedback? Why do you want to work at this law firm? And where do you see yourself in 5 years? These questions help an interviewer understand how your education and experience translate to the role. Tell me about your law school internship. Describe a complex case where you were in charge of. How would you work with a difficult client or a court member? Describe a court case that didn't go your way and what lessons did you learn from it? Describe any legal papers that you've written. An interviewer may ask these questions to get to know how you build a relationship with clients and navigate the court issues. Now, these questions also give you a chance to explain your process and display the parts of your personality that make you the right candidate for the role. Which area of law is the most interesting to you and why? How do you build trust with a client? Describe how you would approach a client and who is unhappy with judge's ruling. What would you do if you had to take on a case that went against your values? And how can the legal system improve to make sure all people get fair trial? It does not mean tell me everything. It means tell me what makes you the best to fit the job requirements. The answers should be tailored to the organization and positions you applied for. Now, if you're applying for entry-level position, then you may explain how you'd like your career to progress at the law firm you're applying for. But if you're applying for a senior position, then have a look at the business strategy or corporate objectives before the interview. Explain how you'd be looking to move in the company forward and also explain how you can help in achieving it. For example, you should never say, in my last job, I earned 35,000 rupees and so now I'm looking for 50,000 rupees. Now the best way to answer is, you may say, I expect to be paid an appropriate range for this role based on my experience. Negotiation skills are paramount for all lawyers. Now here Here, the candidate should demonstrate confident negotiation skills and should showcase strong track record of success. For the interviewer, it is important to know whether and how the candidate might reconcile a conflict between their work and their personal belief. Do they have an at any cost approach to their role, or do they refuse to do something that they consider unethical? The interviewer would be testing to know if the candidate would figure out a way to advocate while maintaining personal integrity. When you provide an answer to this question, you want to talk about the case you were trying to get done, the process you were using, and why it failed, how you recognized that it wasn't working, and what steps you took to resolve the issue. Make sure you tell the interviewer whether or not your new plan worked, and if not, what you might do differently in the future. Give a detailed step-by-step answer that shows exactly how you prepare any work in a courtroom. Before the case, you should state that you study all the notes and that you're fully prepared for the trial. And make sure any witnesses or evidence are needed to be present, and take an aggressive stand during the proceeding so your client gets fair representation. When the opposing side is presenting, you take thorough notes so that you can counter effectively. Law firm's employer may ask you questions about recent court rulings to make sure you have up-to-date knowledge in your field. So be prepared to discuss with them and your thoughts, as this shows your potential. New employer that you take your career seriously. Especially if the law firm is established in the community, the employer wants to make sure you will continue to bring good representation to them. Therefore, it's important to show that you have researched the firm and are excited to work there. You'll also be able to better explain what makes you a good fit for the firm and why you choose it as your new place of employment. Employers may want to see evidence of your writings, so bring some examples. Now, this could include court documents that you have prepared, an extensive legal research paper that you wrote in school, or a legal memo. When answering questions, there are some important things that you need to do with every question. First of all, be honest. Don't try to make up a situation. Instead, draw on your own life experiences. Second, provide all of the relevant details and don't rush through your answers, but instead provide clear, organized and detailed answers. Finally, answer all parts of whatever question is asked and take the opportunity to show the interviewer that you are exactly who they are looking for. I've linked my previous videos in the description below. Go ahead and check them. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. Have a good day and see you in the next video.